Hey, Star Wars fans, I guess we're here. Thanks. D-Doc's laughing. I'm
I
reading
can
my
tell you were
phone.
looking at that countdown going on. You're just like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm just going to go along with it.
Wow. Okay, so we're here. Rule the Galaxy, all back together. The gang is all. The boys are back in town. We've got we got the Phillies playing tonight. We've got Ahsoka episode 8. We've got Azalea saying hi. As Adam Parker says, it's professional up in here. That's right, Adam. We are professional. Professional what is the question?
That is
yes. And Brent's painting. So we're all over the place. But this is the start of Rule the Galaxy chapter 232. Wow, 232. And we're gonna be having a live stream party, watching Ahsoka episode 8, the finale. Adam Parker giving us all the deets right here. 48 minutes with credits. And
it's Ahsoka right there.
See that.
And Azalea sees that it's Ahsoka, ready to go. And since we no longer have the Disney watch party, right, D-Doc?
Yeah, they're idiots, and they decided to get rid of the group watch feature. So I don't know why they would do that. It's crazy. Castellanos just got thrown out at home. I don't know why they would do that, but they did. And to me, it's an extremely stupid mistake because I just got a text from Disney Plus or an email that says, we're raising your price to $13.99 a month. So I don't understand why they would get rid of that. A lot of people really enjoyed it. It gives you an opportunity to watch something with someone. And yeah, I don't know.
Well, D-Doc, fortunate timing for them raising the price. After the Ahsoka series, you don't have to watch anything on Disney Plus until the next series comes out if you don't want to.
That's true.
So you can shut that bad mamma jamma down for a few months and not pay the 13 something.
You tell that to my specially challenged individual who does nothing but watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for 9 years of his life. Well, you tell him that he can't do anything but watch Disney Plus.
We're a Bluey family.
We're kind of we're kind of stuck in.
Yeah, Bluey has cemented her feet into this house too. So Bluey, I'm constantly hearing. I don't know if you've watched Bluey yet, Joe, but
I have.
It's very, very good show. I'm a big fan of it. So.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I like Bluey. I'm perfectly fine with it. With me having friends in Australia, watching that makes me feel at home. So yeah, we're all good. Bluey's good. And Frankie, by the way, quick update. Frankie said his first 2 words this weekend.
Nice.
His first 2 words were
Marinara,
please, and baby.
Said baby.
Marinara is a good one though.
Marinara. Where's the sauce? That's what he said. Where's the sauce?
Mama's making some sausage and peppers.
I was hoping you were going to say forget about it.
I want to sit right there.
Well, with Joey being his dad, I'm sure some F words will be in Frankie's vocabulary soon enough.
Oh yeah.
So let's just regroup here and actually kind of be professional. We have Joe, we have D-Doc, we have Brent, we have Alfie. How's everybody doing before we kick into Ahsoka here in a minute?
I am doing very good, and I'm happy to hear your voice again, Joe. I know I wasn't on here last week, but I'm happy to have you back in the pilot seat and ready to watch this finale with you and hear what you think about the show so far and the show in its entirety, I guess.
Well, I'm excited to be here. It was great for Alfie and I to talk last week, and I know you guys were either busy or under the weather, so glad everybody's back to norm, I guess. Yeah, it's been a great watch. I have been so excited about Ahsoka. It's just great. It's a lot of great things that I wanted to see, and I have no idea what to expect on this one. I'm expecting them all to get back to the closer galaxy far, far away, but I have no idea if that'll happen this episode or we have to wait for season 2 for that to kick in. But it's good to have everybody here and be talking and going over all this. And I did want to give a quick couple shout outs. Willie Harms, want to give him a shout out before we started the show. Obviously, Adam Parker. Adam, you've been fantastic. You've been part of the group for the past 8 weeks, and we appreciate it. But Willie Parker, gosh, not a Steelers running back, Willie Farms, for going to seeing Joey in St. Louis and being a part of Joey's show out there and taking pictures with Rule the Galaxy stuff with them. That was pretty cool. So really shout out to Willie. And the Hyperspace Hangout guys, listen to one of their most recent episodes. They're great guys, and they were giving Alfie props because of him calling some shots on some different things. And they were like, hey, Alfie called it. This happened. I thought, man, even those guys listen to our show, and they know that the Book of Alfie is with us. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys listening and being part of it, and I enjoy listening to your show as well. So thanks for the shout out to Alfie. But
Thank you.
I'm ready for this. Brent or Alfie, any updates with you guys?
I think Brent's painting. Go ahead, Brent.
I'm fine. I was gonna let you guys rock because I mean we had dog surgery for swallowing a sock. We
Nice.
had several weeks of just we had COVID and other illnesses around the house. We've been doing lovely over here in the 317 and just escaping into the galaxy far, far away. For those that are watching, I'm painting some Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain pieces.
Nice.
It connects to a turret. It looks like that.
And
that's sweet.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Whoa, I just tried to see our live stream on my Twitter and boom, it popped right up going. So that was cool. Brent, also, it was really cool to host that first weekend of trivia with you. And I think we both learned a lot and can't wait. And I'm going to bring that Chewbacca glass with me in a few weeks when we do trivia again, because I've meant to give it to you for years now, and I've got it sitting right here in front of me. So next trivia, be ready for the Chewbacca glass and maybe some other Chewbacca surprises. So,
all right,
so we'll look forward to that, and maybe we'll live stream a little bit from the trivia. What do you think, Brent?
Sure. I got to get some questions. I need to get
Halloween related.
Yep.
Gosh, we reenact the Claw episode at our house like all day. What is that? The Claw episode?
I'm guessing that's a Bluey.
Oh yeah, the Claw. Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Liar Liar, or
It's similar.
Okay, the Claw.
No, that's from Toy Story. Which, by the way, did anybody watch the Andy's Room Toy Story?
I didn't get to watch it. I had flag football.
So you say fantastic. Well, first of all, it's hard because the Falcons were in it and they look like dog poopy. But all they could think of was, all right, so now they're taking images of individuals and they are mapping on top of them whatever skin they want to map on top of them. This is what the whole writer's strike and the actor's strike is, because you and I could go into a room and they could mask on top of me Mark Hamill, and I could be the one acting it out. It doesn't have to be Mark Hamill. Whatever skin you want to put onto them. Now, the technology wasn't there, but the whole time, that's all I could think of was like, they're testing this technology for some reason.
Yeah, well, I feel like I agree with Brent there.
Well, you saw Joey's tweet about it, right? Now that he's seen the Toy Story one, when the Cowboys play the Bills in Buffalo in December, he wants it to be the Hoth episode and for them to do Star Wars overlapped over the top of it. So I thought that was a good call right there. Hoth in Buffalo. Hey, it's all one company, right? ESPN, Disney, ABC, they can get it done.
I'm sure they could.
All right. Does anybody else want to hit anything else before we start hitting this show and watching it, having fun, and then talking about it after it's over?
I think I'm good. I'm saving. I'll talk about my Ollie's deals after.
Yes, let's do that. I loved them. They were fantastic. Yeah, you tell us when you're ready to hit play. I'm sitting at the previews right now or the recap. So
yeah, I think I'm a smidge ahead of you because it started.
Did we hit play?
I paused mine on the Disney Plus arching screen. So I paused mine.
That's where I'm at.
I'm on the
immediately.
intro with the helmets. You mean stay there, or what do we want to do?
Go back to your Disney Plus start.
No, I'm just gonna stay here, and when you guys catch, I'm gonna start then.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll say when I'm on the helmets.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
This is like a relay race. That's how it works. It's good.
I'm on the Lucasfilm screen. I'm staying there. Tell me when you get there.
Okay.
Oh shit! I got to do 3 of them now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do I got to go? Alfie, go. Joe, go.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm in the recap stage, so just let me know when you see Mon Mothma.
All right.
Just,
All right,
just everybody watch until you get to Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
That's
Let's
after
go.
all the intros.
Okay.
Lucasfilm comes up right before the show starts, right?
Yes.
So you guys already watched the recap.
No, I'm in the middle of the recap.
All right. So I just hit the Lucasfilm is after the recap.
Is it?
All right, Adam Parker, you need to go to the Lucasfilm logo as well.
Is it after the recap? If it is,
Yes.
then I'll go watch the recap.
You can hit skip recap, and then it'll take you to
Also,
the
Adam Parker wants you to have the helmet on, D-Doc. So probably you need to get Wolf's helmet.
See,
on.
I won't be able to hear the show then. That's the problem.
Okay.
I wanted to put it on, but I won't be able to hear it because I can't fit these headphones in there. I could easily rig up a wired headset system into this, though.
Of course you could.
It's sitting right here. I could easily throw some speakers into these bad boys, and I'd be in on it. I'm actually considering seeing if they have more and painting one green and putting the Eagles wings onto it.
Now you're just
and making
pissing
it
me
like
off that there's none here.
an Eagles Rebel Eagles X-Wing helmet. But they're probably sold out. I'm telling you, the boys were there. The boys were out when I got there. So, all right, I'm on Lucasfilm logo. Is everyone good? Are we all together right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Ominous music to start.
Mm-hmm.
Phillies are up 3-0.
That's ominous music.
Okay, so we're interlocking. Does anybody have any guesses on the based stormtrooper?
Enoch?
Yeah.
What about him?
I mean, is he somebody special or different, or is he just the top dog?
I hope he's not somebody special. Jack Black.
Dear Lord. Oh. You think the witches are coming back to take over? Or staying there? The gift of shadows.
I don't know if this is good.
What's the reward?
I think they're putting her down.
She's going into the War Between Worlds.
You abandon your old life. She's going to become one of the mothers. By the way, my wife hates the witches.
They're creepy.
The 4 voices on one.
Ugh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
Mr. Miyagi? Oh, she's taking her soul into her to make sure she stays alive longer.
Whoa.
Oh, she's creepy.
Oh. So she's with her now?
I think so. I think that's one of the things that the witches do. Right, Alfie? Don't they suck life in your game?
Oh, oh. What? They're making a new blade? The Blade of Talzin.
Is that a sword?
Oh. It's like a dark saber, but green.
Looks more like a samurai katana.
Yeah.
Oh, the green flame from the...
Yeah, that's dope.
Okay, what's his title going to be, boys?
I just skipped ahead like 4 seconds because I'm a little bit delayed from you guys.
The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord.
Yeah, Joe's ahead and keeps talking about it.
Yeah, he's way ahead of me.
How am I ahead? All right, I'll pause.
All right, I just saw Jedi Witch and the Warlord. All right, play Joe.
Okay. So is everybody seeing the ship and the turtles?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I would probably go with hermit crabs more than turtles, but that's okay.
Well, if you guys have seen the movie Raya and the Last Dragon, they look like her little thing she rides on called Tuk Tuk, if you've ever seen that movie. By the way, I need this Black Series figure of Ezra. I've seen the figure they have of him is just like his old Rebels costume.
Yeah, it's the hologram.
Is he building a lightsaber?
Oh. Like the flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So he's got a copy of Kanan's lightsaber.
Right.
Sweet.
Parts. Wonder where he got the crystal. That's a shallow dig. Just standing right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no.
Little truth being said out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the cough earlier. I hit the mute button and it didn't take. It's all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Alfie's definitely making me want to go back and watch movies with Sabine.
What kind of movies?
Movies she was in before Star Wars.
Oh, I wasn't aware that there were such films.
I'm digging Ahsoka the White.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. That seems like a little foreshadowing.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Maybe Sabine can just use a lightsaber and doesn't need to be a Jedi.
Oh, one of our favorite sounds.
The sonic boom from Boba's ship.
I wish.
Oh no.
TIE fighters.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
we got
Ahsoka
smoke.
will deflect them.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
You're telling me that ship survived that asteroid field and 2 shots from TIE fighters did that?
Deflector shields, sir. There was no deflector shields up.
Mm. Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Oh crap!
The Holdo maneuver?
Kind of,
I know. I'm just being somewhat facetious.
but no
I
damage.
think it was a 7-10 split maneuver.
There you go.
No, that complicates things.
They're just gonna have to steal the Star Destroyer to get back.
Oh,
Which is getting ready to leave.
this is like
Is it?
Luke crashing his X-wing to get away from Thrawn and heir the Empire. Those little guys are all now. They're
He did. He pulled away from the
tractor beam.
tractor beam, and then he was disabled in the middle of space. Yeah.
Right. That's when that guy, one of the Imperials, got promoted.
Yes.
Show me the reported location. You see the direction is done.
Okay, so they still have their growler friends.
Thrawn's not messing around, man.
Right. He's not getting ready to leave. He wants to kill him. Plot armor. Is that the Force theme?
I don't know.
You guys are all the music people. That's why I was asking.
It says heroic music.
Okay.
Adam Parker, send the crab turtles.
Why wouldn't you just leave? Oh,
Your stuff's packed. Your bags are packed.
He's
Time
ready
to
to
go
go.
home.
you're at the airport. Just send them home.
Don't you like your home?
You too good for your home?
Yes, it's for the Empire.
Yeah, but they left Huyang back there.
Well, the ring. There's the ring.
The ring?
I have Scion.
Oh. I thought we were going Lord of Rings here for a second.
Classic creature electrocuting itself.
Did he stick his tongue out in between the pod racer engines?
I thought we were watching a DDoC YouTube
DIY.
How
video.
to?
Yeah.
How to repair a T6 Jedi shuttle. First, you need a whole lot of crab people.
Dang.
I have a feeling they're taking an L in this episode. I think it's going to end with it taking off and them being on this freaking planet. Either that or they're going to be on the ship when it does.
Oh. As Adam Parker said, and as Thrawn said, rain hellfire upon them.
Belly guns?
Mm-hmm.
I say about 20 guns. Some on the surface, some on the towers.
That entrance looked like the thing from Rebels when Ahsoka went down after she fought Vader.
Right.
That gate right there. Where was that again?
Malachor?
He said, "Don't underestimate Anakin Skywalker's apprentice."
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, here
Time
we
for
go.
what?
Oh yeah, here we go. It's like a Clone Wars episode right here. Playing the role of Captain Rex is Sabine.
Man.
Oh.
It sounds like Duel of the Fates.
Boom.
Good action.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
It's not, but it's reminiscent of Duel of the Fates.
I'm kind of watching more with the subtitles and less of the sound.
This coming from the guy who doesn't listen to the sound.
Uh-oh.
Are they about to raise them from the dead, dude?
Yep, they
I
are.
knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Death Troopers. Dude.
Ahsoka's like, what the? Bones crackling?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
So the subtitles give you the exact words that they're saying, not like foreign language.
Yeah. So they are like zombies, man. Look at them.
Dude, this is awesome.
Zombie troopers.
And they're just taking shots, too. You're going to have to cut their heads off.
Sound like monkeys.
This is wild.
We kept waiting.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Don't get bit.
Don't get bit.
Oh. Taking off. Bye-bye.
Oh, damn, dude. This is glorious.
Why?
Is he leaving her behind?
Would seem that way.
Oh, dang. Adam, you're right. That all was just wild.
What is the name of her blade again that she has now?
The
The blade of Talzin. Like Mother Talzin.
Death Troopers too.
Come on. How
Who are those
many
guys?
people? How many people wanted to see 3 Jedi with blades going? It's been a long time since we've seen that going.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
You go like this.
Why doesn't Thrawn just cut the door like they do?
Because he's a genius and he has a plan we don't know about.
Yeah. All the star stuff we see in the post-light credits are all in this room.
Dude, that thing is awesome, man.
Uh-huh. How do you make that into a toy is what I want to know. Brent, you could paint that up, seriously.
They better not break it in this episode. Give it another season.
Whoa. It's like 2 samurai fighting.
Can you make me?
Oh, wait a second. Just a gut shot and just keeps on coming. Hey, that's
Damn,
from the,
Is that the Iron Patriot?
yeah, look like him.
That doesn't work.
That was the Thrawn scene from the first credit that was shown.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
First trailer.
Oh, man. Oh.
Show me the inside of a Death Trooper helmet. Oh, jeez.
Come on.
Damn. Oh, it's a zombie mouth.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh!
The Kylo Ren.
Jango Fett.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, serious Clone Wars vibes. I mean, we had 2 throwback kills right there. The Kylo catch and right through the head, and then the Jango Fett decapitation by Mace Windu.
Dude, this is crazy.
Oh, full on Jedi theme. Full on Jedi theme.
Didn't Kanan and him do this one other time?
Mm-hmm.
In like early on, like
Yep.
season 1 or 2.
Oh man, they always make the wrong decisions.
Oh my God, Ezra's on the ship.
Ahsoka's a BA.
Damn, Ahsoka's hilt just got chopped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kick her
That's
ass.
some serious great action for these two right here.
This feels like Grievous and Obi-Wan with the guys just sitting watching.
What about Hiang?
Oh! Maybe they should have called this show Sabine instead of Ahsoka. Oh!
Ooh. Don't think you're getting up that from that one, Morgan.
Is this a flesh wound?
Merely a flesh wound.
Ezra alone on a ship with Thrawn again right now.
Where's Hottie and Balin?
Very good questions. $5 says Ezra puts on that stormtrooper gear.
Oh, I feel it.
Where's her jetpack?
Hellfire. Yes.
I don't think the Night Sisters are going to love that fortress was taken down.
Me either, but they just pulled an Asajj Ventress move right there. She used to do that crap in the Clone Wars all the time.
Come on, get in there.
Mm. Whoa, Thrawn, bringing the heat.
Ooh, this is such a shit. Today makes me mine.
Oh shit! Can she catch into its tail? Damn.
I wondered when they would show back up.
Oh, there's that.
There's our bird.
Yeah.
Joey's texting me now, guys. I think he just finished. Oh.
Is that the father? Yeah,
Are we talking more to stuff here?
it looks that way.
Some people are going to really love it, and some people are going to really hate it.
He said he was looking for the beginning.
He's pulling up to a red planet here. Dathomir. Oh.
Are they all bodies? Is that what's in the cases? Just bodies for them to revive on Dathomir?
I got to think so. What kind of a shuttle is this showing up?
I bet they just let Ezra go.
It's Ezra.
Let him know where. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the Jedi shuttle from the first episode.
He did his typical.
Probably would have taken my helmet off before I got up.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe he forgot he had it on.
We got plenty of time while we're flying. I can take this whole uniform off.
6-inch Black Series? Yes? No?
Coming in 2027. Target exclusive. You'll never be able to buy it. Can't even pre-order it.
We got a lot of crap going on here to finish this thing.
Yeah.
This is without a doubt a season 1 wrap up of a show that's going to have multiple seasons.
And a movie.
It left like a streak, a vapor trail.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what she's looking at.
We're gonna get an Anakin before the episode's over.
Maybe a Purgle didn't want to die. Maybe it wants to go back.
Oh.
That was awesome.
I guess I have as many questions as anything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to watch that again.
Damn.
Oh, Adam, you're right. We should check and see if there's going to be a tag at the end of the.
I scrolled all the way to the end and did not see anything.
I'm not seeing anything either. Okay, guys. I mean,
Well,
some
you see where they're
definitely-
going to get the clone army from Heir to the Empire.
yes. Yep. D-Doc, Joe, and Adam. Nobody's found anything on the tag there.
No, I checked the spoiler site. I didn't see anything.
I guess the Anakin was the tag at the end of the regular show.
A tweet from Stephen Kent of the picture of Balin on that statue, and Stephen Kent says, "I'm complete." So definitely was happy with that situation going on there.
Did that not have some Lord of the Ring vibes to it there?
Absolutely.
Oh,
dude.
gosh.
Yeah,
Dude,
so-
they're giving us. I mean, I'm gonna, I'll hold. some of my
Were they
thoughts
called the
when we have to do
Argonauts? I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the word. The kings of old. I know I'm
don't
just
remember.
melding two nerddoms there. I don't know if that's allowed or not.
I don't remember the names of it. So
Damn it.
Man, that's such a shame too.
that Fred, how much of that did you watch or did you paint?
I mean, I watched it. Why?
I was just wondering.
I mean, we're still live, boys.
I know. I was just
I know we gotta do a reset. I just retweeted the the live stream, so we'll hit our reset button. And
we're resetting at what time we got here? 58 minutes. All right, 58 minutes. Okay, so we just came out of the finale of season 1 of Ahsoka, chapter 8, the Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. We have the Rule of the Galaxy gang here. We just finished up, and usually we've been a little bit more talkative right after that. But I think we're all taking in all the different things that came together at the end. So we've got Joe in the pilot seat. We've got D-Doc, Alfie, and Brent. I think one of the things I'm most excited about is that between Worlds and Mortis, Brent has got his favorite Star Wars coming together in one show.
Yep.
Yeah.
The words right out of my mouth.
I loved watching Alfie moving with his mic there too. By the way, it just looked funny seeing the mobile microphone ready to go. Love it.
Yeah, that was
we gotta
great.
get into podcast mode now. We're
Exactly.
done watching.
Podcast mode. So chapter 232 of Rule the Galaxy, just finishing up the Ahsoka finale, season 1, chapter 8, Jedi, Witch, and Warlord. We are ready to rock and roll. Guys, like I was saying as we were finishing up watching, I got tons of questions. I cannot believe that Filoni is pulling out all the stops. He actually is taking one of the most controversial or questioned arcs in the Clone Wars, the Mortis series. He's bringing
Is
that
it
in.
controversial? I know that I don't like it, but I feel like
No, it's controversial. I think there's people who are like, does this make sense? Why is this in here? Yeah, there's some people
I've
who are
heard
like,
more
yeah.
love for it than I have people bashing it.
Here's one thing that I have to say, which totally sucks, is that they were not wrapping Balin's character up in season 1, and it's a shame that his actor died because he did really just an excellent job with the character. And it's like, I mean, I could not wait to see what he would do in season 2. So shout out to him because that's a shame that happened. He had a hell of a performance.
I did find it odd that those two are the least seen characters. I thought there would have been something they would have done in this episode besides just show up right at the end. But they were going on a different path than what Thrawn and the sisters were doing. So, or the mothers were doing.
Yeah, and comment from Adam Parker, they're going to have to recast Balin, and it's true. I mean, I don't think you can just say, he died or something.
No.
I don't think you can pull that off with the show with whatever they have planned. So, I need a refresher on the on what you're talking about with the Clone Wars, actually. So can I get a refresher on
Mortis
that
arc?
Mortis
Sure.
arc? Yes, I need a refresher, and I'll probably start to remember it as you say it. But
it won't make sense. It won't make sense to you.
Okay, go ahead.
So do I still sound all right? I kind of switched up here. Okay, thank you. Let's make it quick. Basically, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin are leaving on a mission. They jump to light speed. They come out on this planet where they find the mother, the daughter, and the son. I'm sorry, the father. Sorry. I was trying specifically not to say mother, and I still said it. So those are like the three representations of the Force. Ahsoka,
Father, the daughter, and the son.
Yes.
Like God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, yeah. Continue.
They basically find out that their powers are useless in this wherever they're at. Anakin is OP, and kind of find out that the story goes that the daughter and the son are the light and dark side of the Force, and the son is trying to break free of this kind of yin yang that they got going on in Mortis. Long story short, it just basically says that Anakin is the chosen one. He's going to become Vader and slaughter everyone. And then they wake up and they're back at the moment before they jump to light speed. So did it happen? Was it a Force vision? You don't really know. But I was always under the impression that all three of them had a realization that they experienced that.
Yeah, I think that they did go through. I think the Force was strong enough in Mortis that it brought them in to test Anakin to see if he was the chosen one. And it was a blip on the radar. If you remember correctly, they were talking to Rex right before they went in, and when they came back out, and while it had been days for them there on Mortis, Rex was like, "What do you mean? We were just talking a few minutes ago." Like it was a pulled out of reality and put back into reality just like that. And it was one of my favorite arcs. It was weird, it was quirky, it was odd, but it was really a lot of stuff going on. And so but the father was right there where Balin was standing on him at the end of this episode.
Didn't Anakin take his place? When the father died, I thought I'd have to go back and rewatch, but basically, I thought
he wanted him. No, he asked him to take his place, and
Okay.
he said no, because he sat there and was like, "I'm going to grieve over my daughter and my lost son," if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and the daughter basically became Ahsoka, or the bird,
because she gave her last bit of life into Ahsoka to bring Ahsoka back. So Ahsoka became kind of the light side, the daughter. I've always said that the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels looked almost exactly like.
Right, he did look like the son.
Yes.
Interesting. So, I mean, that's what I like about this Ahsoka series is that they decided to dig into that different side of Star Wars that we've never seen in live action before. Night Sisters, Thrawn, obviously, which, like, one thing I have to say, just because I was sick last week, it was the first episode I watched where I wasn't like half boxing it on my computer screen. And Thrawn looked like 10 times better on my TV, I gotta say. I think it was very, I saw some people like who like had issues with it, like whatever. I don't know why I don't know why anyone would want to recast him. I mean, obviously, you have a live action version of the guy who was doing the voice for him, and he's not going to look like the cartoon. There's no way. Like the cartoon of Thrawn was like a stick. He was very skinny. Like it's like
Matt Smith is about as skinny as he would have been, right? So if you would have used Matt Smith as Thrawn, you would have had I'm talking. Isn't that the dude from
Game of Thrones?
House of the Dragon.
The House of the Dragon that was banging his sister or his.
Yes, I absolutely
Niece.
could see Matt Smith playing Thrawn. There's no doubt about that. But that dude's a little busy right now. So that's
but when you look at it, you're like, is there anybody that could take that spot? That physical stature, he would definitely fit that.
I mean, how great? Go ahead, Alfie. Sorry.
Why does he have to be a representation and look like the cartoon Thrawn? Why can't he look like Thrawn from the 1990s TIE Fighter game when he was first introduced, or from the cover of Heir to the Empire? I don't get the hang up of him having to look exactly like the Rebels cartoon.
His eyes look awesome. His eyes look great. And if you needed an introduction to Thrawn, if you've never seen anything of him before, this is a pretty cool introduction. I mean, how cool was it hearing him just talking over the intercom to Ahsoka when he's like just hearing his voice? He did outsmart them essentially. I mean, I don't doubt that he knew that Ezra was on board and Ezra was going to get away and say, "Hey, these guys are back here." It panned out the way he wanted it to.
They can't all get stuck there.
No. I mean, there's got to be obviously there's a season 2 coming. And like Alfie said, later on down the line, a movie. This will get sorted out. I thought it was interesting, but let's face it, in this time frame where Ahsoka is going to be the mentor and Sabine is going to be the Padawan, what a better way to do that than to have them secluded by themselves in this tranquil area where they can focus and work on becoming master and apprentice. If they brought it back, would Sabine have the time that she needs to not just be a Mandalorian who can wield a lightsaber?
Yeah, and it seems to be like a lightning rod for the Force. I'm going to might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Sabine got her abilities because of being on that planet.
Okay. Well, she was able last episode to what?
So if she had like 1% force powers, maybe this planet amplified it to 25%.
So this is
she can build from there.
I was hoping she wouldn't be force sensitive, right? So that's
me too.
Like, it is a disappointment. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I love Sabine, but it's a disappointment, right? But then it leans into the idea of the sequel trilogy where everybody has the ability to tap into the force. And I've thought about it since watching Rebels season 1, when Ezra started talking to the bats in the cave in season 1. It's like early episodes too. And it kind of, the more I think about it, the more I go to this. You have to be in a life or death situation for the force powers to show up.
Right. You're talking about like the Deadpool scenario. We're going to put you into the worst possible conditions and your mutant powers will pop out.
Correct. Like, so,
well, go ahead. Right. No, I was gonna say it's like the mother who's able to lift the car when their kid's trapped underneath it.
Correct. So that's been like my kind of thinking on why force powers show up and why they don't. And then like all of this talk about training is basically the person trying to tell them how to tap back into that. Like how to put yourself now you can do it. Now you know what it feels like. Let's go back and try to recreate that moment. How do you get into that same mental space to be able to do X, Y, or Z?
Yeah.
And that's where the training's at.
Or if you're overly strong, being able to control it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because this is like an odd situation, but it's like, here I am. I got Trey Turner batting on my screen, and he's an extremely talented baseball player who was playing horrible. And it's because in his mind, he's like, I'm so good. I should be playing so much better. I just got paid all this money. And then it was like he had that one game where the fans just gave him an ovation. And it's like your mind is able to tap out of what you're supposed to do, and you're able to just do it. You know what I mean? It's like, let it go and just do it, essentially.
To stay in the sports analogies, I'm not a huge fan of Colin Cowherd, but he made a count. This is like many years ago too. We're talking probably 15 years ago when he was still on ESPN. He was talking about how Manny Ramirez was such a good power hitter versus Derek Jeter. And he's like, they're just two different people. Derek Jeter goes up to the bat. He's like, a 3-2 count. This pitcher's going to throw me a curveball. He usually throws me a curveball in 3-2 count. Strike 3. You're out. Because in his head, he's sitting there thinking and trying to analyze everything that's going to happen and try to predict what's going to happen. So he was like, Jeter talks out and he talks and gets into his head the most. Then he's like, Manny Ramirez. He walks up into the batter's box. He's like, Fruity Pebbles? I like Fruity Pebbles. Whack. Because he wasn't thinking. He just did. Right.
Yeah.
And so I've always kind of like subscribed to that. And I feel like this ties into that as well. She was in a life or death situation. She was able, like, you got exposed to it, but she was finally able to tap into it when she was about to die. So that part of it I like, and they stay true to that concept. I just wish, I don't know. She can be a badass without being a Jedi.
I agree. The Force is like Batman's utility belt, and I don't think everyone needs to have it to get out of situations like that. I get what you're going for. I get it, but
hey, while we've got a second here, real quick, I will say how cool it is that today is the 15th anniversary of the Clone Wars and the 9th anniversary of Rebels, and the character that we come to find out Clone Wars is all about, Ahsoka, and the character that gets brought back through the world between worlds and plays a huge role in Ezra and Sabine, all this right now. Ahsoka was in Rebels, and it's the 15th and 9th anniversaries of those shows starting. So pretty cool overall to have this episode wrap up on that when it's related to Ahsoka. So just throwing that out there, reading along Twitter while I'm listening to you guys wax poetic about this episode.
Oh, so you know that within the Star Wars world, my most favorite things are the Mortis arc and World Between Worlds and all of that. Outside of that, one of my other loves of culture is zombie culture. I think it's stupid. So I think you know where I stand right now.
I do. I think what I'm most excited about is to see how many trivia questions you and I come up with about the Mortis trilogy, The World Between Worlds, and Zombies before this week or this month's trivia show.
You can find all the ones you want.
You don't like a good zombie movie, Brett?
I hate zombies.
See, you know what I'd like though is like you could technically classify Game of Thrones as a zombie show, but to me it did not feel like a zombie show because
where was the zombie? Who were the zombies?
The White Walkers.
The White Walkers.
Oh, I guess yeah.
But like it had the feel of that fantasy show, but then you had a little sprinkle of zombie action going on, which like those are the places that I liked where they went with this show. I mean, if we want Star Wars to be different and exciting and bring something different to the table with a little bit of the same stuff that we love, they're going to have to go different places. And I feel like that's what this show did is we got all of these characters that we know. We've got the New Republic. We've got Ahsoka. We've got Sabine. We've got the whole Rebels crew, essentially, other than Zeb. And Zeb did not appear in this episode, Brent. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I know.
He did not show up. But we have all of these aspects. But I just felt like they went a pretty different direction with this. And I think it hit well. Like, I think it hit well because I think we got a good dose of action every single episode. But we also got some new stuff that I freaking enjoyed. I mean, we saw a Death Trooper with a zombie mouth trying to bite Sabine tonight. Like, that was freaking awesome. I enjoyed it. But I did have that thought, Brent, where I was just like, ooh, this is possibility of a zombie direction in Star Wars. Like, some people might not like this.
Brent, I'll go ahead.
It's not for me. Like, there's just something about zombie culture that
I never got into.
I never got into, never saw the draw. I am also not a scary movie person. You go have fun at your like Halloween, the haunted houses. You go have fun. I'll be hanging outside at the bar. Just come see me after the bar. I'll be right there with you. Like, I don't need that in my life.
No, I definitely get that. But it's funny because things have come full circle, because I think the first thing I ever asked Joe was when I was a listener to this podcast. I think I asked Joe, what's a darker Star Wars novel? Like, I wanted to start off like on a dark note for some reason at that time. And Joe said Death Troopers. I was just like, all right. And that was the first one. That was the first one I ever did. And it's funny to see it coming full circle here with Ahsoka, because there's no doubt Filoni read that and he wanted to make zombie stormtroopers. There's no doubt about it.
I will say, Brent,
because it's a good fill-in for, like I said, for the clone part of the story from Heir to the Empire.
Yep. Couple things. One, the Anakin Force Ghost. Let's face it. They've said in the past there's been a lot of things brought up about like Force Ghosts can only come to people who are very in touch, with that, or can speak with them, or very strong in their Force abilities, but also it's focal points of where the Force is, right? Like Dagobah was able to have Force Ghosts because of the depth and strength of the Force there, right? So Brent, going back to you saying about this planet, like, or one of you guys said about the planet being able to pull that out of Sabine or intensify maybe her Force powers. Maybe this is like that lightning rod to where Anakin could show up there, one, because of the presence and the Force depth, but also possibly because the connectivity to the Mortis stuff, maybe all that comes together to bring him out. And then Alfie, I think you're exactly right. Instead of a cloned Jedi like Sabayoth, you've got the mothers who replaced him in Heir to the Empire. You've got, instead of clone troopers, you've got zombie troopers that are going to replace what was in Heir to the Empire. You still have Thrawn, and instead of playing Luke's role or what have you, you now have Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine all playing that role that maybe Luke would have played in that. So do we have others? Is there a talent card? Is there other people that I'm not thinking of that are in?
I got your talent card.
Go ahead.
Because, man, that would be Jude Law's character from Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
A-list actor.
A-list. Yeah, all day.
I've retracted mine. He is a B. I've retracted. I'm
disappointed,
a good actor.
Joe. You need to stay strong. You need to stay strong.
Have you even seen Enemy at the Gates? That is A-list work.
Sure. In 1999.
So I think it was Mr. Rifen. He and I went through his movies and other guys' movies, and I bumped him. It might have been Glosson. I have to check. But one of those two, we had a discussion on this because I brought it up to them. I was like, Brent has had this discussion. And after going through all the movies, we were like, he's not Harrison Ford. He's not Tom Hanks. He's not Tom Cruise. He's not,
You're not going to go to the movie because he's in it.
No, but he's most likely going to do it.
How do you know what's going to make me go to the movies?
You know what's funny? Jude Law is one of those guys who's just happened to have a role in a lot of good movies, and every time he's in them, he does a good job. So when is he going to get a shot? He needs a shot. Maybe Skeleton Crew is Jude Law's coming out performance.
AI. He had career. AI. He had a Spielberg movie.
I watched the movie Cold Mountain with him. That
was a good movie.
The last couple of months. That was a good movie. Everybody dies in it, but he did very good.
Yes, I don't need to see that one.
Kidman and Zellweger.
Yeah, I'm done. There we go. Thanks for ruining that one. Mark that up our list, Al.
I had it right in the playlist too.
Well, no, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say like every character you're introduced to in that movie dies. Like it's nonstop the entire time.
Civil War.
So it's Rogue One.
It's Rogue One, but they spread out the deaths from the beginning to the end. It's just like, hey, this guy seems pretty cool. 20 minutes later, dead. This guy seems pretty cool. 15 minutes later, dead.
Did anybody get gun smoked in that movie?
A lot of people did.
See? Well, there you go. That's our kind of movie then.
And Jude Law put up a great performance. I might have even watched it just because he was in it. That might have been the only reason why.
Only because he was in Skeleton Crew and you wanted to go and watch his catalog, not from the other way around.
I think he'll be a very good Star Wars actor, though. I mean, that's what we have to look forward to now, right? Is Skeleton Crew or Acolyte? I mean,
Acolyte, I think, is next.
I don't know what Big Bob has up his sleeve for the
next.
future of Star Wars.
Okay, let's focus a little bit on this episode 1. I said it a few times when we were watching it. It felt pure Clone Wars when you had 2 or 3 Jedi or 2 Jedi and somebody with guns behind them blocking shooting against a bunch of what would have been droids, but now are these troopers. Some of those scenes felt like we were in a Clone Wars episode, right? Did you guys feel that? I thought some of the sword play was great. I mean, I thought there was some great action on the fight scenes. Yeah, I mean we talked about it, the Kylo Ren blade through the head, and then Jango Fett getting decapitated by Mace Windu. Both those scenes were in here, played out by Sabine. And did Sabine do both of them, or did Ezra do one of them? Can't remember.
Ezra
Anyway.
did the decapitating,
okay,
and Sabine did the Kylo.
We had the Asajj Ventress who would always jump off of something, land on a ship, and fly away from Anakin or Obi-Wan in Clone Wars. We had the heroes do that here with Hu Yang coming in and saving the day. We had the Force push from Rebels where either Kanan or Ezra would throw the other one up into something. That was played out in there. So Filoni was going into his bag of tricks, and he was going into the things that he knew from Clone Wars and Rebels and bringing that back to life, but in live action. So I was pretty pleased with all that.
Yeah. I mean,
I like that Thrawn anticipated her surviving every scenario that he set up. But the only intention being it's just to slow you down enough so I can get away.
Yes. Say hi, Lasso. For those watching live right now, Lasso is with us. Lasso's a puppy.
You got a new one?
He's number 3. He's the little guy. Hey, he turns a year old on Thursday. 1 year. Yeah.
How about that?
I celebrate dog birthdays now.
Do you ever call him Ted?
He's named after Ted, but we just wanted to we have Mario, Rizzo. We want to go with Lasso. All O Indian names. Calling him Ted probably wouldn't have worked very well. Mario, Rizzo, Ted.
Well, I know, but his name can be still Lasso. But every now and then, maybe if he's in trouble, you call him Ted.
We'll get.
We'll
start
Lasso.
doing that. We'll do that. He has full names. Yeah, let's go with that.
How about the casting of Ezra's character as well? Does he not just feel like Ezra just placed right into live action? That dude definitely watched Rebels multiple times, and just like his mannerisms and everything just felt very Ezra-like.
He looks just like Ezra's dad looked in Rebels.
He does. Good call, Alfie. Yes.
Yeah, he's really cool, and I'm excited to see more of him as this goes along. Because, I mean, what are we going to have now? Are we going to have Ezra and Hera with the New Republic teaming up to figure out what the heck is going on? And then
that guy had a hard enough time believing in space whales. I don't think he's really going to buy into the whole undead army being led by Thrawn.
Oh man, Ziono. Gosh, what a tool.
Where was he from?
What do you mean? What planet?
What planet?
I don't know. Book of Alfie.
I don't know that one. We can look it up real quick.
Adam Parker, you probably know it. Yeah, but he just gets under my skin. It's like he had an agenda.
Really? Nah. I didn't telegraph that one.
Maybe he's
from Bosnian Prime.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, Well, that's why, because he wants the capital.
He's probably a double agent.
That's what I would say.
Long live the Empire.
He probably worked with those Gideon spies that they had going on.
Yeah. So how does that Shadow Council now tie in?
Well, they were all waiting for Thrawn to get back.
Right. So does he
And Gideon's not there anymore.
But is he? Was that a clone of Gideon that got taken down in Mando?
And he was in Beskar, so why would fire kill him? I don't know. No one's ever really gone.
Right.
Except for the heroes of the original trilogy.
Unless they were in the
F
original
them up,
trilogy,
baby.
they're gone.
Yeah.
Are you referencing the TikTok that we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
You love something? F it. It's done.
Who do we love? Kill them
Kill
all.
it. Except for Chewbacca. Make a Chewbacca noise, Brent.
Nope.
Don't you ever say that. You're fired. Get out of here.
Spell this.
I knew you guys would like that one.
F-I-R-E-D.
That guy either drank 3 Red Bulls before filming that skit or did something else.
You know what? If you go on his page, though, there's skit after skit like that. So fear for his life if he does have to get that jacked up every time. Because he's a heart attack waiting to happen.
He's just a spirited individual.
Here's a thought that I just had as we're sitting here thinking about this. What better time to recast Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia than Ahsoka season 2 to lead up to a movie? And just do not bother with the de-aging of them or anything. It was very cool that we've seen it, but they're going to have to play a role in this situation now.
Are they?
I would hope they would, but as Alfie said, wouldn't Luke already be really interested in the space whales, the people trying to go and Jedi coming in or former Jedi coming in and killing people and destroying a ship and all that? I mean, you would think he'd be really interested in that, or he would sense that, gosh, there's some very force powers going on in certain
Or
things.
he'd have a bat phone that the New Republic could reach him at, Only call if there's lightsabers. Well, there were lightsabers. So could you at least look at the footage? You don't have to do anything. Just at least look at it. See what you think.
I mean, the problems come to their front door now. So, like, my thoughts are maybe Luke's just literally been sitting there Indian style meditating this entire time. And then right when Thrawn touches down on Dathomir, Luke's just like, okay.
Oh, okay.
See,
Time to
I also thought this in the episode with the X-Wings and the ghost showing up and they're defying orders and all that. And they name dropped Princess Leia or Senator Organa, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. If she's aware of this, you can't tell me that she's not going to send her number one bad boy who breaks all the rules to, hey, could you just go fly by, just see what's going on?
You and the walking carpet, go check this out.
Yeah.
Are they still together? When
At
did
this
they break up?
Yeah. They just had Ben.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they broke up until he turned to the dark side.
That kind of split him up right there.
The Force Awakens, Han says he left because she saw him every time she looked at him.
But looking at Mando season 2, it was season 2, right? That ended with Luke coming in, the end of season 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he can sense Grogu sitting on a rock and putting out feelings like, hey, I need help, I need to reach out to a Jedi, he can sense that. You mean to tell me he can't sense any of this other stuff going on?
Okay, but Grogu specifically sent a call. No one here has specifically sent a call.
Everyone in every trilogy says they feel a disturbance in the Force. And no one sent a call out. So Luke is at his temple. We've established this in the Book of Boba Fett, meditating every day, making a connection with the Force. Yeah, an army of Dark Force witches shows up, there's got to be some trimmer that's felt in the Force.
I guess you could say that sense can expand to the other galaxy that they were in, though, as well, though, because they were so far away. I know that there was stuff going down, though, before they got there.
I argue both sides, but you're right. Like, you wouldn't think you could sense it from that far away. But Sabine said that Ezra's dead, and Ahsoka said, "Nah, he survived." And he was on the planet in a galaxy far away.
And Morgan Elsbeth was feeling what the mothers were sending her way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And the galaxy
both sides of it.
at this time is pretty like Force neutral. There's no one else running around doing this stuff. So, I mean, think even in The Force Awakens, Snoke says, "There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?" Just because Rey became Force sensitive.
Was it Rey or was it Finn?
It was Rey.
Did Finn become Force sensitive?
He did when they had to try to make chicken salad out of chicken shit in The Rise of Skywalker.
But also,
so the very beginning when he's coming in The Force Awakens, when they're flying in and the lights are flashing on the transport.
I completely understand, but they did away with that story in The Last Jedi.
They did. Sorry, D-Doc I thought he was reacting to what I was saying. Nah, he's just watching the Phillies game.
Yeah, Bryce Harper just scored from first on a double or a triple. I mean, geez, it was. I did not think he was scoring there.
I thought I was saying something profound there, Joe.
Everything you say is profound, bro.
It was profound. It was my one distraction moment. It was my one distraction moment because I didn't think Harper was getting a third, and he scored.
Hey, so I'm going to see the Foo Fighters, as we said, next July. One of our fans and friends, Damon One Kenobi, will also be at the Foo Fighters in July in Cincinnati. So anybody who wants to come and talk Star Wars with us at the Foo Fighters, I'm sure Dave Grohl would be perfectly fine having us all meet up and talk Star Wars while they're getting ready to get the show going and everything like that. So
where's like Cincinnati located to you guys? Is that like not too far away?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, not very far.
Okay.
Like that's a day trip for us.
Yep. Nothing to it. They are playing in Hershey, Pennsylvania a day before that, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's Hershey Stadium. I was just recently at Hershey Park. It's an excellent place. Sweetest place on earth, they call it.
I just want to give you some feedback. I would love to visit there, by the way. Anyway,
it is a beautiful town. Like I'm telling you, you would not regret going to Hershey. It is beautiful. And there's a lot of stuff to do.
Our friend Duchess of Darksaber Light. Filoni is so afraid of actual plot. Okay.
She's not a fan.
She is not a fan. She has not been a fan since they did not bring
Sabine or Obi-Wan
Duchess Satine back together. I don't know. They're bringing everything else back together. Maybe they bring this back together.
No.
I don't have many issues with Dave Filoni, I'll say.
I would agree.
I thought I did.
This is also his first ever fully directed live action show he's ever done. I know he's been involved in The Mandalorian and he's directed some episodes, but like The Mandalorian has been his first live action experience, and this was his first show that he ran the whole thing on his own. And I thought he did a damn good job.
I don't really have any complaints about the show, honestly. I mean, I enjoyed it all. They brought new characters in like Balin and Shin. They brought in the mothers. They brought in the undead troopers. They brought in the crab, turtle, whatever people you guys keep calling them. I don't even know.
Don't forget the rat gator dogs.
The rat gator dogs. I mean, there was plenty of new on there, right? I mean, it took us to new planets, took us to new things. Build a ring of Sion.
Took us to a new planet that wasn't a desert. So thank you for that.
Yes. Took us to a whole other galaxy in this. Brought in old stuff. Mortis, Heir to the Empire, things like that, World Between Worlds, all that brought in. They did flashbacks to the Clone Wars. They brought in a live action Anakin Skywalker again, a young Ahsoka. I mean, I'm going through this list. There's really not a lot of bads. I mean,
A live action Rex.
A live action Rex.
For about 10 seconds.
You know,
It's better than 0 seconds.
I'm gonna guess that Callus, Zeb, Rex, all those, if Rex is still around, all those will get filtered in throughout this, leading into the movie that will culminate it all.
Yeah, I don't understand. I do, just because of the way that we're fed media now, but this desire for everything to just be done immediately. I want it all right this second. If you don't give it to me, then you didn't do a good enough job.
It's just our culture, man. Like, it's the way that we are a what have you done for me now, not what have you done for me lately society. It's bad.
So Adam Parker says they should just go ahead and get Sebastian Stan in there. Luke needs to be involved in the story, and don't think it's feasible to deep fake everything yet. I think, you know what, I'm one of the biggest Luke fans out there. I would say Solo did not bother me to have somebody else play him, and things are going to change over time. It's fine to recast some people. I don't have a problem with it. And I think if the story makes sense, he has to have some involvement with it. Same thing with Leia. She's being mentioned in there. There's a lot going on. Unless they're saving that back and they're going to do an animated series like the Clone Wars, but between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, they need to be involved with this storyline right here.
I agree. And I think the way I personally feel, if you were to do a Solo 2 tomorrow, I would have 0 problems with it. That's why I think if a very smart move would to be make a 4 to 6 episode series with whoever you're replacing these characters with that is outside of this story but washes up against it, put it out before season 2 of Ahsoka.
Just like that you said with the Spartacus stuff.
Yeah. That way you get used to it. The newness will be over. By the end of it, you'll be familiar. When the meat and potatoes of the story start over again, it'll feel less awkward.
I'm all in on that, because that signals a reset on Disney Star Wars to where we can continue within this universe of things that obviously happened between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy.
Right.
And we can see these stories that we can see some of our favorite characters in. I mean, it's like we got Iron Man and like the core of like the Avengers, 40 years, 50 years ago, when Star Wars came out, and then you're not allowed to see them again. It's like, I think they just need to see that that's where this can go. It really could.
I feel by the time that Aldrin pulled the levers down on the Falcon and jumped to light speed at the end of Solo, personally, I was 100% okay with him being a young Han Solo. It was like, okay, I like this story because it wasn't super heavy, and now we can get into the Han Solo, Chewbacca, Jabba the Hutt, running spy smuggler stories. And I'm A-okay with it.
In the novels, some of my favorite, the A.C. Crispin novels of Han Solo, which if you haven't read them, it was a prequel to the original trilogy. Alfie, I don't know if you read them or not, but they're fantastic stories. Brought in a lot of storylines with Kessel and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of those novels, do you remember what he sees? He's going to Alderaan, and he has to come in. And when you came into Alderaan, there was an official greeting that was sent to your ship, and it was Bail Organa with Leia sitting on his knee, welcoming you to Alderaan. And so here's Han Solo finishing this trilogy of books, and you end with him seeing a video of Bail with Leia on his knee when she was younger. So that Solo Part 2 that could come out, or that Solo series that could come out on Disney Plus, that would have those characters in it. Lando, Han, Chewie. You could have the little Leia from Kenobi and bring her right in to have a storyline going on at the same time, where their paths maybe never cross, but there's coinciding stories where they're both around and things like that. I think that would work awesome and show you like, wow, look at the difference. Look what's going on in the galaxy at that time. So I don't know. Just thinking out loud about that. What did you guys think? I know, going back to Ahsoka again, I really enjoyed Hu Yang going through the storyline of Kanan and him, being there when he made his lightsaber, then helping Ezra make a lightsaber that was basically a duplicate of his. And he could tell how he was trained by him and things like that. I thought that was really cool. Again, just like the quick synopsis last episode, where it was Ahsoka and Sabine and Ezra speaking, running over the original trilogy in a 2-minute time span. Here's another catch up of the Rebels time frame, getting you caught up with those characters again. So people who maybe didn't watch Rebels got just another little bit of information. You guys cool with that storyline, having that added in there?
Did you really think that was the original like the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and they talked about volumes 1, 2, and 3? You really thought that was referencing the original trilogy?
Well, that was a different. That was Hu Yang, but that was Hu Yang. But I think that was a slight. I think that was a slight little just nod to the fans of
a little wink, wink, prequels, OT, sequel trilogy.
Yes. And then what did she say was her favorite? The first one?
Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah.
The last episode, Brent, Sabine gave Ezra like a 2-minute synopsis of the original trilogy and how
and the Emperor died, so they say.
Yeah. So Correct. They say. Do you think that some of this dark magic will make its way to Exegol?
It has to, doesn't it?
I think it kind of has to, yeah. I mean, that's what we're leading. Look, I don't see. Look, all these people, the YouTuber guys, the guys who crap on the sequels, all that kind of stuff. Look, we already know sequels are not my favorite, but that's because I'm an old guy who grew up on other things and had other things that, whether it was prequels, Clone Wars, Rebels, original trilogy, whatever. I still consider them part of Star Wars. All I want is for this to lead into those. All I want is for Filoni to weave his magic and take Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Acolyte. Well, no, Acolyte's in the other part. Skeleton Crew. Weave it all together to make it make sense, to make me feel more about the sequels. Because I think the Clone Wars did do that for me. I thought the prequels were okay, but the more I watched the things related to them, I thought, man, I like this. This builds on it, right? Made it more in depth. So that's what I'm hoping for these shows. I'm hoping that I don't sit there and go, I just don't get this in the sequels. I just don't get that. But if, the Emperor died, so they say, if all this comes and wraps together, great. Make me like it even more.
Another thing that disappointed me about this is I was going into this hoping that Filoni would be good enough to sell a story that didn't need the background knowledge. You didn't have to go back in and watch the different individual stories. And you didn't have to go back to Rebels. But I feel like if you weren't into those stories, you're not going to get the same out of it. Just because you just don't know, you're not in the know. And I was hoping that there would be more or less there. There'd be like, hey, like, you didn't have to be one of the nerds.
Do you feel like that's smart on Disney's part, though?
But
do you really think that this would have made sense if you didn't know anything?
Probably a lot less. But again, do you think this was Disney's master plan to say, hey, how do we get people to watch Rebels? Okay, gosh, let's weave enough storyline in there to where they're going to go back and go, who was this character? Why is he important? Why are they important? How did Ezra and Thrawn get here?
How do you include characters in a story and not reference things that they've done in the past? I mean, I get what you're saying that you shouldn't have to, and I don't think you really have to. I think the story pretty much told itself.
Could you watch the Avengers without watching Thor or Hulk?
Yeah.
Could you watch this without watching Rebels or Clone Wars?
I'll have to ask. I know a couple people who haven't. I'll have to ask them what their feeling is on it. Thank freaking God.
I talked to quite a few people this entire season. Like I said, this is one of the few series that I've had people actually interested in the other material that goes with it and want to know more.
I will say, so like when I'm looking at like the social media stuff that I follow, because we're all kind of in the same things, but not in the same worlds. This show has gotten a lot more social media following. It looks like the Phillies either won or did something well because we got a terrible towel. This one on my social medias has a lot more like spoiler notifications. People are talking about this a lot more than they were talking about Obi-Wan or Boba Fett, or even Mando season 3.
Well, when we first started watching this, D-Doc, you said your wife started watching this, right? And had questions.
But she didn't finish it though.
Okay, so Lori has watched the first 7 now, so I'm gonna watch number 8 with her and get her opinion on it. So far, she likes it. So far, she has questions, but she doesn't like me to get too nerdy about it. But she doesn't like the witches. She doesn't like Thrawn's voice and thinks it's all creepy and all that. But I mean, I will ask her. Okay, now after watching this, what are the questions you have? And I'll bring them ready for you guys to hear what she has, because I'm not really talking to a lot of people who aren't watching it or who aren't guys like us who would have watched it anyway.
Oh, my brother's in the chat. Joe is a guy who has not watched a single ounce of Rebels. So Joe Bro is in the chat right now. So Joe, what did you think of Thrawn and all of the characters of this show without knowing them at all? You can give us a little synopsis in the comments there, bro. And the Phillies did just win, so one more, and we send the Marlins home. Red October. It's happening right now.
Hey, and while we're doing that, I didn't.
I'll be back to watch after this. What the hell are you doing in here, then, bro? We're talking spoilers.
He just wanted to talk Phillies. The Star Wars High Republic Character Encyclopedia will be coming out in December. It looks like. So,
How about that?
For all of us who said, man, it'd be nice to have something to know who these people are and what they're all about.
It'd be nice to have something visual.
I'm struggling with Jess, and I say this with all due respect to her because she's extremely intelligent, and I know that if she was on here, she could totally explain to me where she's coming from with that comment. But I'm just struggling to see the Filoni being afraid of plot comment, because I see people agreeing with her too, which I'm like trying to. I don't know. I'm looking at this and I just feel like there was a lot of new things we were introduced to. Like not completely new, but new for live action, which is 100% new for a lot of people. Like that's the thing is like, I get it that we have knowledge of these animated shows and everything, but like these live action shows, there's people who will never watch the animated shows, which is a shame because they are good, but they will never watch them. And this is a device to get these plots that we enjoy into it, which I think is a positive. I think I don't know what everyone wanted out of this finale, because I very much sensed about 15 minutes into the episode that this was not going to wrap up this show in any type of way. I didn't think we're going to have any characters dying tonight. Like, it was a first season of a show,
Morgan died.
Morgan died. There you go. And now Ahsoka's going to have dual lightsabers, and one of them's going to be a green samurai sword because her hilt broke and she didn't grab it, I'm pretty sure. Unless
Pretty
you build another
convenient
one.
that they have a whole lightsaber workshop right there with them.
That is true. That is true. But I think this show really opened the door to a lot of things for where it's going to go, and that this is also a test to see how Disney is going to move forward with Star Wars, because I think once the ratings come out from this, I think we're going to see that people watch the show. But I mean, it's all coming down to the bottom line for Disney right now. So they can't leave it at where it was. That would totally suck. That would really suck.
Am I the only one that has been reading for a while that there was a second season? Is this like new news to everybody?
I mean, I've never. I don't know if I've ever heard an official thing saying there's a second season, but I just assumed that there would be. How could you leave it at where it is?
There was some like Reddit like timeline that showed different seasons, and they showed Ahsoka season 2, where there was like some sort of television streaming. I don't know, but I remember back in the summer.
There was an article just a few weeks ago with an interview, I think, with Filoni, who said that Ray Stevenson's story does not end this season, so that is something we'll have to tackle. That him and Shin both, we have plans for them going forward.
Here's Willie Harms. Was
Willie
Filoni given a trilogy of movies after this, or was he just given one movie to wrap it all up? And I got to slide in that my brother said, "Go Birds, go Birds." Do you guys know what Willie's?
Let's not use the M word anymore. That word
Movie?
is cursed. Yes. If we see a Star Wars movie in our lifetimes,
yeah.
I will be overly impressed and shocked. Who wants to make? I mean, seriously, think about it. Who wants to make the next Star Wars movie?
Considering
wants
the way
that
people are
pressure?
reacting, considering the way that people are reacting to this TV show.
If
Filoni.
you make the next Star Wars movie and it's not The Force Awakens, a 100% success, making $4 billion, and everyone loves it, and we're doing a world tour of press,
Yeah, I mean,
who wants that pressure?
you say everyone loved it. The general public loved it.
Yeah.
But there's
I'm not
guys-
talking about. I understand the criticisms of that movie, but no one can deny that for weeks and weeks on end, there was nothing but love for that movie.
Oh
The
yeah.
theater was full. The cast was on every talk show that there possibly is. There's a world premiere in every major country, and if your movie's not like that and is received like, which granted, The Last Jedi made a shit ton of money too, but it just got perceived a certain way. I'm old enough to remember this actually happened. I watched an interview with George Lucas. I can't remember if it was on one of the Sunday night talk shows. I can't remember which one it was, Entertainment Tonight or something like that, where they actually asked him, as much as people dislike The Phantom Menace, are you going to make another one? And that movie made in 1999 made $1 billion.
Yeah.
And that was his
Which is
answer. Yeah, I made
insane.
$1 billion. Of course I'm going to make another one. Who wants to set themselves up in that situation?
I think Filoni is mentally trained for it, because
I agree.
he put out Clone Wars, which had issues and people didn't like it, and it turned out to be beloved. He put out Rebels, which people had their issues with it, and it turned out to be loved. And no one really had any issue with Mandalorian when it came out. I don't think there was any problems at all. Now, as we're getting deeper into it, people are starting to have
these aren't movies though.
Yeah. But I mean, I think he's mentally trained and prepared to do it. Like,
I would agree. I think he has a vision, and I would see his as being the front runner to actually getting finished in a theater.
Maybe he could hire on George Lucas as an assistant producer on the movie. There you go.
Why wouldn't you do that?
We only have so much time on this earth. George might jump in on it. You never know.
I could see that. That would be fun. That'd be interesting. But I do think you're right. I think a Favreau with his he's handled major films, he's handled big productions, and you mix in Filoni's background and knowledge and storytelling, I think they can pull it off. I really do. I don't have any questions about it. I feel like I was very leery of this one because I love Kenobi, and I felt like when it hit right, but there was a lot that was not great about Kenobi. And I thought, man, I don't want to have that happen again, and it didn't. Didn't feel like that happened again at all. So I think those guys could pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, we also, think about it. We got used to seeing Hayden Christensen in this show. Like, that shot at the end of this show would have been a holy shit moment if we hadn't gotten so used to how well he flowed into the show at the end of this show. He's the last character we saw,
Mm-hmm.
So
it didn't seem like Kenobi, where it was just a vehicle to get Vader to fight Kenobi again. And I think that was the major problem with that show. Was it had a great beginning, nice setup of where Kenobi was, wherever all the characters are, but it really struggled in the fact that the main purpose of the show was to end with Kenobi fighting Vader. And the middle just kind of got all muddled up. I think, I'm in a complete agreement that I think Favreau and Filoni could handle moving this story forward and finishing it into a blockbuster movie. A satisfying movie. I mean, we could say anybody could make, any of these people could make a movie. We're talking make a good movie that people like. And yes, you're never going to please everyone. There's always going to be Reddit trolls and people on Twitter who absolutely hate it. But you know what? Those people will never be happy.
Come on. We live in a world where there's people who don't like Joe Biden and there's people who don't like Donald Trump. Come on. How can you be that way? Really? See, that was a joke, guys. That was,
I've kind of changed my way of looking at all of this week. I keep saying I love watching reaction videos, and I just happened to stumble upon a reaction of different groups of people watching. I think it was episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. Out of the desert comes a stranger, something like that. And I'm watching it thinking, watching these people just be so happy with all of these characters that are, go back and rewatch that episode. That is an absolute banger with Luke Skywalker, Cad Bane, Cobb Vance, the list just goes on in that episode. And I just started thinking, why do people get so upset about this? I mean, just watching these people be happy, and I don't know. It just kind of changed my view a little bit. I'm still not sold on Andor, but I'm changing slowly but surely.
don't say that out loud. We're going to have to kick you off the show if you say that out loud.
So where would you rank this one? Instant reaction. Where would you rank this on Disney Plus shows that you watched?
Underneath The Mandalorian.
Mando season 2 will forever be my favorite season of a Star Wars show, probably, because that show was just that season was excellent in my opinion, and just for the start and for the finish and everything that happened in between, I thought it was great. I would probably put this at, for me, probably number 2, probably like Mando season 2, Ahsoka, and then Andor probably after that for me. This is instant hot take, like without really thinking.
I would group all of Mando into number 1, and then this number 2. Man, that's a tough one for number 3, but I would probably have to agree with Andor on number 3.
Really?
I don't care for Andor, but I can appreciate everything that
No,
is
I understand.
amazing about Andor, and it's better than all the other shows.
Yep. I will say this. I like Mando, but I loved pretty much everything about this show, so I'll go this, then Mando, then Andor. I yeah, I mean, and like you said, there were episodes of Kenobi where I was like, "Yep, love it." There were episodes of Book of Boba Fett where I was like, "Yep, that's very cool," but the entire series of both didn't live up to the entire series of these.
Yeah. It's mind-boggling to me that you could tell me, if you could tell young David that there would be a future show with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen and Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan again, I would be like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean,
Adam gave his hot take while you're going. Sorry, go ahead.
Andor number 1, Mando 2, Ahsoka 3.
Oh, Adam's an Andor stan.
He's an Andor guy.
Is it really a stan if you put him one? Like,
It's
I
just
don't
a
hear.
joke.
I got you, but I mean, obviously, I'm trying to defend my boy because, to me, a stan is someone who ultimately
Comments on every Star Wars post about how great Andor is, regardless
Correct.
of whether the post has
Correct.
anything to do with Andor.
Correct, right? So I
Right.
I wouldn't put him in stan level.
No, he's probably
Because-
not. Adam's a good guy.
So I mean, just because he
And
likes
he's a
Andor
sucker
more
for
than
well-written dialogue. Sorry.
Yeah. He likes dinner parties. You know what I'm so excited for in season 2 is the arranged marriage plot line. I hope that drags out the entire series.
love it. So I'm surprised I haven't heard a lot of Kenobis. Kenobi hasn't
No.
even
I thought Kenobi was a train wreck.
I doubt if you ask any Star Wars fan if Kenobi's going to be in the top 3 of these live action shows.
And this is
Which is
coming
a
from a
shame.
guy who's, my car is called Obi-Wan. I've got Obi-Wan Black Series over here on the shelf. Obi-Wan's my guy, and I loved seeing it. It was great to see it, but wasn't what these series are.
No.
Gotcha.
That final battle between Obi-Wan and Vader was epic, but that's not enough. You got to give me more than that.
One character, the character that I like more than when I rewatch it was the fake Jedi guy. I liked him actually. He was a good, interesting character.
He was.
Oh,
good.
Kamar,
comedian.
whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. All right, we've gone way long. We watched the show. We've talked forever. Phillies have won. D-Doc, go ahead. He's showing us some of his ollies.
We've got the Han Solo from Force Awakens, which I love this figure. I'm a huge fan of this.
It's a good one.
Freaking $8 for this any day. All about that.
Was that one of the Destructicons?
No, it's just a front loader.
But it could
I'll put
be a
on the helmet for
Destructicon.
Adam. I won't be able to hear you guys when I throw this bad boy on here, but
I'm so jealous.
it feels like my old days putting on a football helmet when you're putting these on, where you got to pull the ear flaps out a little bit, and it kind of pushes on your ears.
I always forget to take my glasses off because I'm an idiot. But
all right,
Brent and I probably would not be able to wear those.
I have droid sounds playing in my ear right now. And if you hit this button twice on the side, it activates a liftoff, and it's playing the sounds of your ship lifting off. And it also has you intercepting the Razor Crest, and you hear the communication
that's awesome.
from oh my God, our
Carson
boy
Tava.
in the X-Wing who's been in this
Carson
every
Tava.
single show.
Yep.
I'm forgetting his
Kim's
name at the moment
Convenience
right
Store.
now.
He can't.
But
The Canadian comedian.
I'm gonna have to go back Friday and check again.
you hear Mando talking in the headset. It's awesome.
They did not have them at either Ollie's in Indianapolis.
All right, fellas, I'm going to wrap it up. We've been going long. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for Willie for stopping by. Thanks for J-Doc or Joe Doc stopping by. Appreciate you. For everybody else who listened or watched along with us, thank you so much. And hey, we'll pop this out on a podcast here real soon. Willie, if that was Bluetooth enabled,
I would wear it the whole damn time.
So-
it is the most comfortable Star Wars helmet I've ever worn. I don't know what you guys were saying when I was talking. I hope I wasn't speaking over you the whole time because I couldn't hear you. And my helmet's still talking over there right now. Actually, if I hold it over the mic.
Oh, we can hear it.
Yeah. My Luke Skywalker one is the Battle of Yavin 4. It's what plays.
D-Doc is so excited. It's like a child.
It's cool.
All right. Brent, any closing thoughts as you finish painting?
Yeah, like I like Star Wars.
Yay.
That's why we get along.
I love
so
that
well.
take from Brent. That is my favorite Brent take I could hear.
I mean, it's it's Clone Wars. More, yes, it's the Rebels characters, but I feel like you have to have more of a Rebels or Clone Wars background to like it. I'm not a huge Anakin guy, and you have to kind of have Anakin in your heart for this one. Had zombies in it, which is kind of disappointing. It had Sabine as a Jedi. I love Sabine, but like I wish she didn't have the Force powers. But like I said, I think I can see where it's going. I like Star Wars, but this one wasn't really for me.
I'm going to hope the next one's for you, Brent. I'm going to hope and pray that they're like, let's find out what Brent wants. Let's make that.
A Wookiee
That'll make
Jedi
me
will
happy.
help. A
Yeah.
Wookiee Jedi will help, but like supposedly that's coming in the Acolyte one.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, it's fun. It was a lot of fun. But people have their opinions and start losing their minds and not liking when somebody disagrees with what they agree with, and yeah. So I like Star Wars.
Alfie, man, closing thoughts.
I really liked it. I can't wait for more.
Agreed. D-Doc, how about you, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I really, number one, I mean, I thought visually this was one of the best things we've seen as far as lightsabers, ships, blasters, planets, just everything just seemed like top tier on this show. Like it seemed like they put a ton of production into it. I love the casting of the characters that we already knew. I like the casting of the characters that were new in this show, Shin Hati and Balin, which again, RIP to Balin's actor, Ray Stevenson. That really sucks. But I just thought it brought a lot to the table to build something for the future of Star Wars, and that's what I'm really excited about. And I'm okay with different opinions too. Like, you know, like my thing is when I hear different opinions, I'd like to just be like, let me hear it. You know what I mean? Even if I disagree with you, which like when I was talking about like how Jess earlier has a different opinion of it, it's like where my thoughts immediately go like, I want to hear it. I want to hear it and then pick your brain and hear those thoughts. And I can understand why people might not like certain things. And I know that Jess would easily be able to elaborate on it. So I don't want it to seem like I was calling out at all because
No.
I have all the respect in the world for Jess earlier. I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
I need to get her to record an episode with her thoughts. Just let her go for an hour of her thoughts on it.
Or you could just put me on and you could just call it a highly educated woman talking to a plumber about Star Wars. But yeah, overall, I'm just I really enjoyed it. I think it was everything I wanted it to be. My expectations really weren't let down by this show. I mean, I kind of was going into tonight expecting a cliffhanger, and that's what we got, really. So,
well, you were the one feeding the hype train, brother. You were throwing the coal in.
I know we can finally take some time off, Alfie. We could.
I know.
Finally, yeah.
My arms are tired from shoveling that coal.
Hey, so before I finish up, Adam, thank you. Ahsoka was incredible. Star Wars, it had all the elements. It was fun, had action, great score, or great score. 10 of 10. Yeah, thank you. Adam, you've been a blessing to have on this entire ride with us. You know what? We'll have some episodes coming up soon where we just talk about random different fun Star Wars stuff. So if you guys think of topics you want us to talk about, as we have no shows to discuss, let's go. I'll be more than happy to talk about the Marvel comics from 1977 to 1985, or the books that happened before any of the all these Star Wars movies were coming out, and it was just the original trilogy, and you had the Han Solo trilogy and the Lando trilogy, and Splinter of the Mind's Eye, things like that. I don't even care. We'll talk about all kinds of fun stuff. There we go. Yes, I would agree. Yes, the Jedi, the Witch, and the I almost said wardrobe, the Warlord. Very cool. Yes, C.S. Lewis reference there. Thank you, Willie. Guys, it's been great. Thank you so much for doing this. We'll figure out where we're going to go from here on as far as what's upcoming shows and all that kind of stuff. Guests, maybe get some more feedback. Probably need to get T-Bob to come on and tell his thoughts on and Ryan McGee. Probably need to get him, maybe Glosson, maybe Ryfin, a few other people with their full thoughts on Ahsoka, and just sit back and hear what they say. And if Jess wants to come and do that, we'd be more than happy to have her as well. Guys, 232 in the books. Thank you guys. It was a great Ahsoka run. Hey, everybody who's following and listening, we appreciate you. Until next week, may the force be with you.